Good morning, everyone. Father Gallagher here. I just hope you can understand me with my mask on. We're being very, very careful here at the rectory, so we're all masked up even when we're in our offices. I just wanted to give you a little taste of Christmas today. I won't be seeing you again until after Christmas, so just let me give you a little taste of Christmas, and I want to take as my scripture today the midnight mass gospel. I always like to use this at Christmas time. It's the familiar story of the census and the inn. So I just want to take a few items from that story just to kind of give us a little taste of Christmas. First of all, in the story, Luke is very, very clear that Jesus comes in history. This is not a fairy tale like Once Upon a Time. Luke says Jesus came when Caesar Augustus was the emperor, when Quirinius was governor of Syria. He came at a specific time in a specific place. And that's how God comes into our lives, always in our histories, in our everyday life. So Luke is very clear about that. And then as we read the story, there are three items that really strike me that I think teach us a lot of things. First of all, Jesus comes in the midst of a census. Caesar Augustus wants to know how many people he has. And he doesn't want to do that because he loves the people and says, geez, I love my people. I'd like to know how many of them there are. No. They don't count to him. He's just counting them because he wants to tax them, or he wants to use them in his armies. But they don't matter to him. And Jesus comes in the midst of that because the image of the message of Christmas is that we matter, that we count. That God comes to us to remind us of that no matter what has happened to us, no matter what other people may say about us, in God's eyes, we are made in his image and likeness. And St. Augustine said that if we were the only persons that ever lived, he would have come for us. So he comes in the census to counteract Caesar Augustus's attitude, because he wants to let us know that we matter, especially in what we're going through now. And the Christmas is very different. He wants to let us know that we are important, that he loves us, that we're made in his image and likeness, and that we count. The second image of the story is the image of the inn. And I want to tell you the story of Erwin, the innkeeper. Erwin wanted to be St. Joseph in the Christmas play. But he didn't get the role. He got the role of the innkeeper. And Erwin was mad. And so he was trying to think of a way that he can ruin the whole play because he didn't get his part. And there comes that scene when Mary and Joseph knock on the door of the inn, and Erwin opens the door. And Joseph says, my wife is ready to have a baby, and we've been traveling a long time, and it's cold, and we have no money. Can we stay in your inn? And Erwin is supposed to say, oh, no, there's no more room. You'll have to go somewhere else. But Erwin, in his wanting to ruin the whole play, says, oh, yeah, we have plenty of room. Come on in. Of course, the audience is shocked. But Joseph is quick on his feet, and he says, Mary, you wait here. And he walks into the inn and comes back out, and he says, Mary, we're not staying here. This is a dump. We'll stay in the stable. But the whole concept of the inn is important because inns are places where people come and go. They're for tourists. They're for people who are there one day and gone the next, and there's no room for Jesus like that because he comes to stay. He's not a tourist. He's not a traveler. And the angel says to Mary, his name is Emmanuel, which means God is with us. And Matthew's last words of Jesus in his gospel are, "I will be with you always until the end of the world." So the end is important because it's not where Jesus stays. He comes to be with us and to stay with us. And the final image that I want to pass on to you is the image of the stable. We know that stables or barns are dirty places, smelly places, because that's where the animals are. When they're not out feeding, they are in the stable, and it's a dark place and a dirty place, and that's where they eat. And Jesus is born in a place like that, because he wants to let us know that he can be born in places like that he doesn't need perfect to come. He can come in the messiness of our life. He can come in the darkness of our life. He can come in the smelly parts of our life. He comes to stay with us, especially in those moments. And Bethlehem means house of bread. And every day Jesus comes to us in our lives, no matter what's happening, to feed us. The altar becomes the stable, and the church becomes Bethlehem, and he feeds us with the Eucharist. Well, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas as best we can. It'll be different this year, but maybe in a way we're able to focus on those things that really matter because we can't do other things. So have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll talk to you afterwards. Thank you.